Hello, hello. So if you're watching this from YouTube, welcome. My name is Missy Schaefer. I'm with LuLaRoe Missy Schaefer, and I have a closed group, LuLaRoe Missy Ann VIP. So the link to the group is in the description of the video if you would like to join. But this is live in my business page, so just give me a second here to get set up. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Let me just make sure I can see some commenting. Hi, guys. Hey, Katie. Hi, Amanda. Hi, Brandy. Okay, let me refresh this. Thank you, Amanda. I never thought it would become one of my favorites, but I definitely think it has. Okay, I think I am set up here. So, there's going to be no selling right now. This is just going to be a little introduction of, for those of you who don't know me or my son Dante, a little bit about Dante, kind of what we went through with his diagnosis. Hi, Sharon. And then LuLaRoe kind of mixed in, and then we're going to also talk about the autism legging drive that we are doing this entire week. We did it, this is our second annual one. We did it last year in 2017, and it was amazing. Hi, Christine. Hi, Candace. I promise I will read everyone's comments after the video. I will try to read them as we go, but if for any reason I start to get like emotional, I might not read the comments, just to keep myself. I told myself I wouldn't cry, but I did cry the first time I did this, so you never know. It's definitely a possibility. Hi, Vivian. Hello. Okay, so I have my little notes here. So like I said, we're going to start, just going to start real quick. I'm not going to try to make this a super long video, but I'm just going to start with what my experience, our experience was with Dante, and then mix LuLaRoe into that, and then we'll end it with how the legging drive is going to work this year. And then the order form is already in the description of the video, so if you don't have time to watch, you can already just go ahead and click on the order form, and if you would like to order, go ahead. Otherwise, I will also post the link in the event on the business page and in the closed group. Hi, Michelle. If you guys would like to share, hi, Shannon, I would love it. This is a public video, so anyone can order for this drive. So here we go. First, we're just going to start with Dante a little bit. He was born in May of 2012. Not everything was perfectly fine. He was like a normal, healthy baby. We didn't have any complications, really, anything out of the normal, when he was born. He was 6'4", he was like 19 inches long, so everything was great. He was developing totally fine. He was babbling, he was eating well, he was sitting up, walking, everything that they're supposed to do up until about 18 months. And then at 18 months, we went in for his 18-month checkup, and the pediatrician referred him to speech therapy first. And we were like, speech therapy at 18 months? Like, this is insane. He's our first child. And we were like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, he's 18 months. Should he really be talking? So we kind of were like in denial at first. And we're like, he doesn't need it. And we kind of ignored it. His 18-month checkup, I think, was like in December of that year. And come January, we started Googling speech therapy, which was a huge mistake. Hi, Sandra and Nicole. And the first thing that obviously comes up was autism, and we were like, what? And we knew absolutely nothing about autism other than like the movie Rain Man. We knew nothing. So we were like, there's no way. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that they're even like putting him in this. So we were kind of in denial at first, but then my husband said, let's just put him in speech therapy. It's not going to hurt him. It was a free service. He might just have fun with it. So we're like, okay. So we put him in speech therapy around 19 months. And when he hit about 20 months, we started realizing that he wasn't really making eye contact like he used to. He was babbling, but nothing really that kind of like meant anything. It was just really just constant babble, nonstop. And when we put him in speech therapy, we noticed he wasn't really paying attention to the adults, and we kind of at first were like, oh, he's just in his own little world. Like we used to joke around and say he was a little rude baby because he wouldn't look at people in the eye. But as the months went on, we would compare him to other children, and which, you know, we're not supposed to do, but we all do it. And he just was not where everybody else was. We lived in a neighborhood where everybody's kids were like months apart. Like in our neighborhood, there's kids that are all like born within 3 months of each other, and he was nowhere near where anybody else should have been. So we kind of started feeling like, okay, well, maybe there's something else going on, but we still weren't really familiar with autism that much. So when he started coming up to his 3rd birthday, he had been in early intervention since, 19 months. So we were coming up on his 3rd birthday, and they wanted to do the evaluation. And we're like, okay. So we had the evaluation done at Margaret Williams in Syracuse, New York. We didn't have the greatest experience there because they were evaluating him along with another child at the same time. So they were kind of like going in and out, which they said that they don't like to do. They like to evaluate one child at a time. They didn't. They were evaluating him at the same time. A couple of the therapists, like the OT, never really even saw Dante, but they were just asking us questions and filling out a chart. Long story short, after like the 5-hour evaluation, the doctor sat us down and was like, and this is literally how he said it to me. I was pregnant with Juliana, and he said, I know this is the worst possible news that you could ever get, but your son has autism. And I was thinking, first of all, that's not the worst possible news I could ever get, because he's healthy, but he made it sound like it was like a death sentence for him. So I was devastated. Obviously, I was like crying. I didn't know what to do. I was thinking, oh my God, his life is over. Like, he's never going to talk. It was just horrible. It was like the worst experience. It was awful. And I'm sure some of you can relate to this that have been through this type of situation. So we were still in denial for a while, and we're like, maybe the evaluation was wrong. Maybe they mixed him up with the other kid, because as I was going through the evaluation, a lot of the things that they had written about Dante weren't true, and we just, I don't know, we were grasping at straws. We knew something was up with him, but we just thought maybe it's not that. Maybe he has a sensory disorder or something else. But we kept him in early intervention, but then they phase out at 3. They phase out of early intervention, which again, most of you probably know this. So from 3 to 4, he was literally just floating around, like going to preschool. We didn't have a coordinator. We didn't have anybody because we didn't know that we were allowed anything else at this point. So for an entire year, we pretty much like lost, I feel like, a big bracket of time that was very crucial for Dante. I know, Katie, it was horrible. So then I started pushing for, winter was coming, he was about to turn 4, and he was like getting ear infections like left and right. So he had like 11 ear infections in like 2 or 3 months, and I pushed for an ENT. They didn't want to give it to him. Finally, we got one. We go there, and they're like, okay, we're going to give him tubes and all that stuff, which, again, a lot of you have probably been through this type of situation. So we go and we get him tubes. It was like 2 months after he had turned 4. He still was not really talking at all. Like, he's 4. He's not babbling. He's getting speech therapy like twice a week. It was, like, horrible. They told me he didn't qualify for anything else. So, oh my God, Amanda, yes. Yes. So nobody told us that there was any other resources after he phased out and went and was kind of in between kindergarten. So for that year, nobody told us anything. So he turns 4, he gets his tubes. That night, okay, this is where I got emotional last time, and I'm really, really going to try not to, so bear with me. That night, we get home from the hospital. And remember, he was not talking, like, still at all. And he did really well. Like, we get him home, I go to tuck him in like I do every night, and I was telling him, I love you, Dante, good night, like, read him his story, like, all the same stuff. God dang it. And he looked at me for the first time and said, I love mommy. And they were words I never thought I was going to hear, and I was almost told that I probably would never hear. So at that moment, I knew that there was so much more going on in his little brain that we just couldn't get out. So right after this happened, I was in the queue for LuLaRoe to become a retailer because obviously I needed to do something where I could stay home with Dante because of all the therapies. So I get my call, I get my inventory, and I start selling, I think, in September of 2016. And come November, I saw these leggings. And thank you, Jody. And I was like, oh my God. Because I really didn't know like too much about LuLaRoe other than I just loved the clothes. At the time, I only owned like leggings and an Irma, but I still loved it so much I wanted to sell it. So I find these leggings and Nicole, and I wanted them so bad, obviously. And I couldn't get them anywhere. As you guys know how it is with LuLaRoe, it's like impossible to get anything of a specific print. So I had some friends of mine that had gotten together without telling me and went on this like hunt for these leggings that I'm wearing right now. And I had no idea that they were doing it, and I was live sale after live sale. I mean, like, I was on this one live sale for 2.5 hours to lose out, obviously. I've been where you guys have all been, trust me. I was so upset. I was like, come on, I just want these leggings because of Dante. And then my neighbor, who had her sister, her husband's sister, like all these people that I didn't even know went on this hunt to find these for me, called me over one night, and they give me these leggings, and I like lost it. I was just crying. I couldn't believe that these people who didn't even know me like went out of their way to try to find something as what seems so simple as just a pair of leggings, but it was so much more than that to me. And as you guys know, it's so much more than just a pair of leggings. So when I got these leggings, it kind of, my whole perspective for LuLaRoe also changed. I loved it before, but I really, really loved it now. I mean, like, really loved it. Because nobody at this time still knew Dante was autistic. Not even parts like my extended family. The only people that knew that were autistic were my immediate family and my LuLaRoe group. Not even kidding you guys. I told you guys before in my LuLaRoe group before I had told anybody because of I was shared the story with the leggings with everyone. So people in my group started reaching out to me about these leggings, like private messaging me about that were in the same situation that I was in, and I started building these relationships with you guys, and a lot of you know who you are. Building these relationships with you guys. I'd find myself talking to you till like 2 o'clock in the morning, and it became this community and this safe haven for me, which wasn't just selling the clothes, obviously. So my passion for LuLaRoe exploded, and a lot of you that know me know that about me. And it just, when November came around the following year, which was 2017, we did this drive, this legging drive, where I basically will have an order form. You can order any size leggings that you want. They are mystery, and every pair of leggings that are purchased, I donate a children's pair of leggings to the CNY ASA, which is the our Central New York Autism Society of America. I donate to the kids at the Autism Walk in Syracuse, New York. And when I did the drive then, that was the first time that I did this video for the group. And the outpour from you guys was like nothing I had ever expected in a million years. And still, we're talking, this is April of 2017, I still had family that did not know and friends that did not know about Dante. When I got the support I got from this group, whether it was private message, the legging drive was a huge success. It was just comments from people. I opened up and shared my story with Dante for the first time ever with anybody. And it was a huge weight off my shoulders because that I became such good friends with a lot of you guys that I had people to lean on and confide in and talk to about Dante that I didn't feel like I had that before. So it was a really big moment for me to accept it and to embrace it, and then to now make Dante my just life mission. He was already my mission, but it was like everything just completely changed when this drive happened, and you guys were there for me to support me. So obviously I want to do that again, 100%. he's now going to be 6. He's in kindergarten. We are fighting really, really hard for him to keep him in a typical school environment, which the school district does not want to do, and that's a whole nother thing that we're dealing with right now. To the point where right after this meeting, I'm literally going to his school to meet with the principal about his situation. But he is talking more now, like on his own. He still has a long ways to go, but I honestly feel like if it wasn't for this group, and if it wasn't for LuLaRoe, and me feeling that I could open up to you guys, I don't think I would be the type of mom that I am to him today. Because not that I was ashamed of him, but I think people that are in this situation can understand that you get to a moment where you ask yourself, why me? Like, why me? This isn't fair. But I don't feel that way anymore. Don't feel that way anymore. Now, I mean, I wouldn't change him for anything. And I know that you guys feel the same way about your kids. But I needed the support that I did get from you guys when all this was going down. So now that we're a year's past, and I have some of my best friends are now in this group, even people I've never even met, you guys, I still consider you guys like literally my best friends. I will share more with this group than I do with my own personal Facebook page, because this is not just like a job where I come to work and I sell clothes. It's not like that at all. So what we did last year in 2017 is we ended up donating $3,200 in leggings, which was over 140 pairs of leggings that we were able to hand out to kids on the spectrum at the Autism Walk in Syracuse, New York. The CNYASA was like blown away. I would love to do that this year, if not more. And this year I will be attending the actual walk. Last year I couldn't because I was actually on the cruise. But this year I'm going to be there, and I want to hand them out myself to these children. And if you guys want to order, the order form is in the description of this video. If you're watching from YouTube or from outside of my VIP group and you would like to join, the link to my group is also in the description of this video. You guys, and the drive goes from today until Saturday, which is, I believe, the 7th of April. So every pair that you guys purchase, I will match and donate a pair of kid leggings to the CNYASA. Also, if you want to donate your own pair, so say for example you just don't like leggings but you want to participate, there is a link on, or a section on the order form where you can donate them. So if you want to buy a pair of kid leggings and just donate them, you can do that, and I will still match your order. Okay? You guys, it's brutal. I was like, there's no way I'm gonna cry. You know, I've talked about this story a million times, but still, I will go through all of your comments because I had to stop reading them because I knew when I started crying that it was just gonna make it worse. But oh, this is Dante. For those of you who don't know, my little man who's back here. Love him so much. And then when the drive is over, I will bring him live to say thank you as best as he can, so you guys who haven't seen him yet can meet him for a little bit. And let me know if you guys have any questions, if you want to private message me because you totally know the feelings that I'm going through and you need somebody to talk to. Seriously, you guys, there are so many people in this group too that would be huge supports for you. So don't be afraid. I know, Christine, right? Don't be afraid to reach out, even post in the group. And people are just amazing in this group. I love this group. It's the best group ever. Thank you, guys. Yes. Yes, Claudia. So I will post the replay for this in the event. It's going to also be on YouTube. I will also post the replay in the event on the business page and in the closed group, as well as the link to the order form. So wish me luck at his meeting that I'm going to go to. Thank you guys for being so supportive and hanging out with me during this very uncomfortable live video. It's like the most uncomfortable and the most nervous I ever get than any live video ever, but I'm glad that I can do it. I'm glad that I'm at the point where I feel like I can share his story now, where a year and a half ago, that would have never happened. Never happened. I would have just, I hid him. Sometimes we didn't even leave the house for like weeks on end. We stopped going to family gatherings because I didn't want to bring him around the family. I mean, it was bad, you guys. It was really bad, and it was really unfair to him because I was not by any means ashamed of him, but I was afraid of how people would treat him that didn't understand. So thank you guys. I love you guys so much. I'm going to go back and read the comments, and I'm going to post the replay, and I will be back live tonight with actually selling some goodies. Okay. So the link will be up for a week, and thank you so much for anyone who participates, and if you can't participate, that's still totally cool. Just thank you for being in the group and supporting us. And I will see you guys very soon. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll talk to you guys tonight. Bye.